Hey guys, coming at you from back in my car for movie reviews that I think you should see or not see. Um, a little bit chillier today and did it from movie theater in my area. I went to see Blue Moon, with Ethan Hawke, and I don't even know where to start. This movie grabbed every part of me. This movie went to my soul in a way that I don't think I felt this year since Sinners. Just in terms of reaction and how personal this movie feels, and just my biggest fear is it doesn't have the marketing, it doesn't have, but my god, you have to see this movie, especially if you're a theater kid. I know that theater kids, you're all gonna go see Wicked, but I'm telling you, if you have any love of the theater beyond modern theater, if you love how theater began in the American Songbook, and you love, just get your friends together and go support this movie. It is, is everything for the inner theater kid, right? It is the competitive nature of theater. It is how you put your heart and soul into the lyrics, and the idea of just arts, theater that's supposed to speak to satirical, I can't even say satire right now, satirical message of driving people's thoughts and minds and opinions. Sorry, it's making me sneeze. That's so visceral. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, the fight between art that maybe nobody wants to see, but you said something, versus selling an audience on something they want to see, but it still has a message. Like the idea of Oklahoma, that some people would call, theater pap. But Oklahoma still, at its heart, deals with abuse, violence. And I love that about this movie too. Like there's a debate raging between Rogers and Hart about art theater and popular theater, and why you can have both, why it's okay to make something that has a message but is also satisfying to a crowd. And I think those of us who've been in theater, you feel that, right? And the idea of Rogers and Hart versus Rogers and Hammerstein, is there Ethan Hawke? The dialogue in this movie, this is a play in itself. Like, go, please, 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 if you're gonna see Wicked, go see this movie too. Give this movie your dollars. The dialogue, Ethan Hawke carrying this thing is a play within a play within a play within a play. The referential stuff, the ideas of script writing, the ideas of theme, the ideas of character are all in this, and it plays out as they're talking about it. I don't want to give so much away, but just at one point Ethan Hawke is having a conversation where he tells aspiring writers that it's not about love stories. Love stories are good, but stories about friendship are better. And at its heart, this is a story about a friendship that dissolved between Rogers and Hart, as Hart is replaced by everybody in his life, mostly by his own self-destruction, his own self-sabotage, but replaced by the women that he loves, the men that he loves, the people that come in and out of his life. And it takes place over a single couple hours, the night of the Oklahoma premiere. And I love that about this, because there's a lot of references to Casablanca, and it feels Casablanca. You're in Sardi's, which you could easily make into Rick's Cafe from Casablanca. The idea of Casablanca not necessarily being an actual love story, but the friendship story between Captain Renault and Rick, right? And Rick and Peter Lorre, and Rick and Sam, and the brilliance of this movie, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack, they have this piano player playing Rogers and Hart songs throughout the background the entire time, depending on the mood, and it's so clever. It's just, this movie is so clever. The writing is so clever. Richard Linklater directed it, and I love Richard Linklater. And I thought about that too, with the art versus pop culture. You think about like the movies, obviously, like you've talked about One Battle After Another bothers me with Paul Thomas Anderson. Killers of the Flower Moon bothered me with Scorsese, because it's almost like they want to fight against the idea of, if it's popular, it can't be good. It's got to be artsy. But you can have both. You can have a solid message, a solid story, solid characters, and still appeal to the audience and make it something that they feel inside of them that they want to leave with, rather than just, I made this beautiful art film. The idea of this film, the characters, Margaret Qualley. And she emphasizes this whole thing about it being a friendship story and a love story. Like, you want to go back more to the Hutchinson Hart stuff. You're like, go back. The appearances in This One Night in New York City, 1943, E.B. White, Stephen Sondheim, Hammerstein, George Roy Hill, the director. And you want to be there. This movie makes you want to be there in this night. Like, you want to be someone sitting at that table, like it's the Algonquin table, right? You want to be at Sardi's this night after that premiere of Oklahoma, and be a fly on the wall, or as they say throughout the movie, everybody's extras in everyone else's movie, and you want to be an extra. You want to just sit there. And Ethan Hawke, the dialogue that he has and unspools in this thing, he just, I can't. You have to see this movie. I can't even describe. If you love theater, you love going to see plays, I mean, this might not be for everybody. Maybe you don't like a dialogue-heavy, driven kind of bottle episode movie where it takes place in a single night in a couple hours in one location. But the movement from one sequence to the other, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, the idea of how we all use each other and abuse each other to get our own personal wants, but try and form these relationships with one another in the middle of all that, like social climbing over each other, but also needing each other to pull each other up the ladder. So prediction on this, Ethan Hawke obviously will be nominated for Best Picture, and I feel bad that he's going to go up against Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, because that is going to be a tight fight between the two of them. Writing and the screenplay, up against Sinners writing. Tight fight between the writing and the Best Actor category in this. This is... I'm not gonna lie, I openly weep in many of the scenes when you feel Hart and his heartbreak, and you think about the music and how much his music has influenced us, and then you think about, gosh, he passed away right before Sinatra took their songbook, and there's references to Sinatra, and I was thinking that the whole time. I'm like, yeah, Rodgers and Hammerstein have the most successful musicals, but Sinatra took the heart of these songs and turned it into Sinatra's career, right? I mean, the pathway this music has taken. Just the genius of this movie, the genius of the writing, the genius of the soundtrack, the genius of the way the characters interact. You're rooting for so much in this movie, and when E.B. White shows up, you're like rooting for all the things that he's going to talk about that I don't even want to talk about, but so yeah. If you're a theater kid, especially, go see this movie. You can see both. You can see this and go see Wicked. Let this be your warm-up. But it is something all theater people should go see. So I'm sorry, I've gone on super long, but this movie grabbed me so much. So, all right, bye.